If you would love to be more confident, then what you need to do is to become delusional. If you were to close your eyes right now and imagine the version of you that's like the most confident possible, an insanely confident version of you, that version of you doesn't really care about upsetting other people in every single small interaction, in every single decision. That version of you doesn't care about social judgments and the way your shirt is laying on your shoulders and all of that sort of stuff, the way your hair is looking like. That version of you doesn't really care about any of these shallow aspects because that version of you is too busy just being themselves. Like you are just unapologetically being you, and that's the most confident version you could be. And you probably know people like this as well, and we could say they are delusional because if you were to start acting like that right now, your mind would just come up with so many excuses that this is not appropriate because of this thing, this thing, this thing, this thing. You would have so many reasons why you can't behave like this, because some people might draw some wrong conclusions about you, because someone will find out something hidden about you, some secret that's not even that important. So, is your mind right with all of these arguments right now? We could say that you are delusional as we speak, like this current version of you is a delusional version of you. But your delusion is just aimed at the wrong direction. We just need to take it and aim it properly towards confidence. Because the thing is, like, there is an objective reality. Imagine it like a circle. This is the objective reality that none of us has complete access to. The most would be like 90%, let's say. It's an example anyway. Perhaps there is a person that has access to like 10% of that objective reality, and the rest of 90% is completely subjective and false beliefs. And there is another person who has access to 90% of that, and only 10% of their beliefs are false and just messed up and limiting beliefs. You need to get to the point where you are the closest possible to that objective reality. You are never going to be able to completely tap into it and just view the world completely objectively. You will always have a subjective bias to it. It's just human nature. But the closer you are to it, the better. Because the thing is, your delusion regarding your social life and your shyness, social anxiety, all of these things are part of your subjective perception about the world. People probably don't even perceive you as bad as you perceive yourself. Like your self-image is poisoned, is rotten. And there is no reason for that anymore. Perhaps you were like bullied in the past, or who knows what traumatic social events you went through, but there is no need for that anymore. You don't need to keep being shy, you don't need to keep being reserved. In fact, you could just choose to act differently. But then again, your mind will come with all sorts of excuses that just seem so valid. Like they seem quite rational, and you might tend to give in to your mind and to be like, yeah, well, you're right, I should keep being shy forever because this is objectively and rationally better for me. But that is just cope. The thing is, your mind has a very, very tight grip on you in these situations. Living with these limiting beliefs and with all of this social anxiety, it's just like having a pair of VR, virtual reality glasses on 24/7. You see the world completely differently. You might just be going through social interactions on a regular basis, and you might get like 60% negative feedback and 40% positive feedback from the people around you, right? Or you might even get like 80% positive feedback and 20% negative feedback. These glasses, these VR glasses, they are just gonna focus on the negative, like however small it is, even if it's just like 1%. They are gonna make this 1% seem like it's the greatest deal ever. Like, because of that 1%, you just had a horrible social day. You were just awkward, you were cringe, you embarrassed yourself. You should have just stayed inside your room and do nothing and interact with nobody because you are just a complete loser. But again, is that the reality? That's absolutely not. Your mind is just trying to play games on you to convince you that you are more of a loser than you actually are. So it's just time to open your eyes and see that the reality is not as bad as you perceive it. So then the first step is to just take those glasses off and to start accepting a broader range of feedback from the world, to start accepting more possibilities of, oh, like perhaps I'm not as much of a loser as I think I am. And a good way to do this is to reflect on your life, to reflect on your achievements, to be more open-minded even in every single social interaction, and to try to manually welcome those positive feedbacks to you. Because every single social interaction has both positive and negative feedback. Like, it's your choice which one of these you want to focus on. And it's time to stop letting that evil voice of the virtual reality glasses dictate you just giving attention to the negative feedback completely. Because this has not served you well for so many years, and this will absolutely never serve you well. This part of you wants you to keep being shy and reserved and just blend in like an NPC and be invisible forever. It's time to break out of that. It's time to take those VR glasses off. Try to get as close as you can to that objective reality and actually be more open to receiving a broader amount of feedback, to expose yourself to a wider range of social situations, to get outside of your comfort zone and to just explore, to be more curious even, to tap into that childlike curiosity and excitement about life. That is key here. That's how you learn the best, when you're naturally curious. You could leverage your curiosity and you could actually replace your fear of judgment and your fear of the way other people are going to react to you with some curiosity. Like, instead of being afraid of a certain reaction, start being curious of how a certain social situation is going to turn out. And the way to do this is to zoom out a bit and to realize that even the worst possible social feedback can't hurt you. Like, it can make you better or worse. If you get good feedback, that doesn't mean you're a better person. If you get bad feedback, it doesn't mean you're a worse person. It's just data, and you should treat it as data. There's no point in having all of this emotional charge behind it and to allow the other people to basically dictate the way you're gonna feel. That doesn't really sound like a very good idea, does it? So take yourself out of the equation, and instead of being focused on you and the way people perceive you and what feedback you're getting and how cool you seem, instead of that, be focused outwards. Start analyzing the people around you, because currently your attention is directed towards you and towards your behavior, towards your hair, your voice, your body language, all of these aspects. Instead, be focused on these aspects in the persons around you. This is a separate point, but your incredible analytical skills should not be focused on you, but rather on the outside world, on the people around you. That's how you learn to read them. That's how you learn how this world actually works, because currently you view yourself as a victim. And if you keep being inwardly shifted and focused and trying to optimize yourself in your subjective perception of reality, you will keep being like that. You will keep being shy and you will keep being anxious and you will waste your energy optimizing yourself for basically nothing, because you're just optimizing yourself for your own delusion. There's no point in doing that. So try to make that switch. Try to leverage the fact that you are already delusional and be delusional in a better way. Replace your fear with curiosity. Replace your anxiety with confidence. Just try to iterate on this every single day, and you will just see that as time goes on, everything is gonna get better and better and better, and your confidence is gonna slowly but surely be unleashed. If you're interested in seeing more short form content of the same type as this longer form content you've been watching so far, you can now find me on Instagram as well. I'm gonna link my profile in the description, and if you want to make the quickest social progress you can ever make, I have a link in the description, the second link, which contains a course I made that's designed to help you get from a point of social anxiety to a point of social confidence. I call it the Social Confidence Activator. I really believe it contains everything you need to make that progress as quickly as possible. So go ahead, take a look if you're interested, and see you next.